Hi everyone, Bad Witch again. Sorry, I'm laughing at myself. Doing this stuff, doing these videos is really not easy. You have to think quick and smart. I don't, okay, I'm not going to repeat myself again like I have in every other video. But yeah, I am very spontaneous, so as I think of something or if there's a topic I really want to discuss, then I'll discuss it. These are all my personal opinions and from what I've experienced and seen myself. Okay, so my ex-husband wrote on my last post that I should mention the names of person stuff. And have a beginning and a middle and an end, but I can't. I'll mention what the post is about afterwards. I'm going to talk about parental alienation because it's a very deep subject and it's becoming more and more heard of. It's coming to the attention more and more of people. With my ex-husband, when we divorced, I said to him, because I needed full custody of my son when I came back to Africa with him, because otherwise getting him permanent residence in South Africa would have been a big problem. So he gave me full custody, and I said to him that I promise I will never come between him and our son, and I never have. They chat to each other when they want on Skype, they're in contact when they want. I said to my ex, whenever you want to phone him, you can phone him. My ex, coming from Romania and having lived there a few years myself, I know the situation there. I know the pay there, the finding jobs there is very difficult. So I said to him, when you can like help me with maintenance, then of course it would be nice. But if you can't, then it's okay. Because I understood the situation he was in. And yeah, so there were periods that he couldn't, which I understood. But then I must also say that even today, whenever I'm need his help, he doesn't hesitate a second to help. He makes whatever plan and he helps me, and that I appreciate a lot. We have a very good friendship, a very good relationship. Last year we went the whole family, my husband now as well. My ex wanted us to go, well, my son to go over. They hadn't seen each other in quite a few years. He had come 2 times, I think, in the beginning, and then after quite a while, my son to go. But my son was a bit scared, so we all went. So my husband came, and our daughter, so we all flew over via Qatar. It was a lot of paperwork and stuff to get there, for the kids with the new minister and the law. So anyway, we got there, and it was a wonderful trip. There was no animosity. There was no bullshit. It was so nice, and I met my ex's new girlfriend. She is an angel. I swear to God, this lady, Andrea is her name. She's absolutely, she's a mom, a single mom now of 3. She also has an ex-husband, and it's funny because she's much taller than him, and anyway, we got along very well. Her kids loved Rios and he loved them, and they had a good time. Tara and her son, because they're about the same age and height, always holding hands and walking in the park. There was never any bickering, any bullshit, nothing. Because I don't want that, and why, and she doesn't want that, and because we're similar, well, okay, we're different characters, of course, but I think we're both people who don't need more bullshit in life. And just because you're divorced and your partner meets a new person doesn't mean you have to go and have a fight with them. Maybe that's the image that the media or society or movies, give that impression of, oh, now that you're separated and he finds someone else, you have to fight, which is bullshit. Because of course for the children, if the parents get along, it's beautiful, and for them it's special. The bigger family, the better, no? So anyway, so my relationship with my ex is fine, and that's because it's a choice. It's a choice that we made. We love each other as friends, but not in a romantic way anymore. And my husband today and my ex got along well. They got along well. And no bickering. They had some nice discussions. And, we went a lot for to eat together, walk in the parks. He showed us around. Was telling my husband about, Bucharest and Romania. And we also met with my ex-sister-in-law, which is, I love you, Miora. You're a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful woman. Met my, his nieces, the family, his family, and with my new family. And it was fine. It was beautiful, right? Okay. So now, for those who don't want to have a situation like this, you know what? I know it happens to women as well, but I'm going to speak more on behalf of the men now, okay? Because women don't get a happy or whatever, spin your bra, whatever it's called. But there are these pages on Facebook. Go and look them up. It's called Dads Matter, Dads of Daughters. Just type in parental alienation, and you'll see a whole shitload of groups, and majority of them are fathers who are complaining that they never get to see their kids. They're being bribed, they're being manipulated, they're being lied to. They're people are not following court orders when there are parenting plans out there. Even if you get a parenting plan, even if they get one, I mean, they fight for anything from 5 to 10 years to get a parenting plan to see their kids, and the woman will still not abide by it, because it's like after the court gives you the parenting plan, it's like, okay, now bugger off, and then it's not adhered to. No one goes back and looks what's happening. Also, there's no forced therapy. I don't know how it is in the other countries, but they don't force a child to go see a therapist. And it's bullshit, because these kids, if they don't see a therapist, as much as I think, it's no big deal, they need to, because they're going to have problems. They're going to have psychological problems when they are older. They're going to have problems in relationships. They're going to think, okay, because me and my partner fought, let's just break up, because they might end up alienating their own kids from the other parent. It's, what, this is abuse. Get angry, swear at me, it is abuse. It is mental abuse. It is just as bad as physical or verbal abuse what you are doing to your child. You know how much you love your child. What makes you think that the other parent doesn't love their child just as much? Just because it came out of your body doesn't mean that the other parent does not love the child just as much. My husband now today, he has an ex. She had kicked him up. She had kicked him up about 12 years ago. She didn't want to be in a relationship with him. He was going through a tight period, so he had lost his job. So because he wasn't bringing in lots of money, and we're talking about a short period here, huh? I mean, she kicked him out. She immediately kept the kids away from him. Then when his sister had helped him to go back and start a new life, luckily he had her in his life. Now that's a real brother and sister relationship. She helped him get back on his feet after he went through what he went through, but I'm not going to tell you exactly because you might not like that. But then all of a sudden she starts visiting him again. And luckily at that point, my ex-boss had gone to him and asked him to please come and work in this city. So luckily he was able to escape from that, because she obviously, now that she saw he was earning again, he was good enough. But before that he wasn't. So you can't play games with people like that. Anyway, wow, I'm on 10 minutes already. So after about a year of him being separated from her, he came here, and that's how we met. At the office. Since we've been married, going on 7 years, next year 6.5. The first year we went through a lot of problems. It was really challenging, because this woman was angry that he had left. What did she want him to marry? Because he had asked her many times, will you marry me, and she didn't want to. I'm not going to mention names, okay? Except of people I love. But she would call every day and shout at him and you know, want money, money, money. And he always paid his maintenance. Every month he paid his maintenance, although she would lie and deny to friends that no, he wasn't, but the bank statements are there to prove it. Whether you sent her $1,000 so she could buy a new bicycle or a cell phone, it was never enough for the mom. Anyway, so it was so rough. The test we went through, we were separated for 1 year, and in that year, we were separated for 1 year. Hold on a second. Just hold on a second, please. I'm just waiting for them to go and then I'll carry on, okay? Because then it's going to be like the 10th time I'm doing this. So just 2 more minutes and then I'll carry on.
Wait!
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I keep trying to get my son on screen. So to get him to hurry up, I threaten that I'll put him on. Just can I quickly break away? Yeah. You know what? The positives to having a kid that's much older than the second kid. You know, because parents want to have 2 toddlers near the same age so that they can play with each other. I think if I had that, I'd kill them both. Because 1 toddler to handle that is enough. So yeah, my son is 10 years older than my daughter. Because when I met my husband now, we had another one. It has its advantages. You know, it's really has its advantages. You know, it's like you have a permanent babysitter. Yeah, it's nice. You know, and I always like that the boy is older than the girl. My aunt would kill me now because you know. But yeah, maybe because I have a brother myself, although you're not much helpful. But yeah, I still love you, but you're not helpful. But anyway, I just like the idea of having boys, older brother, you know? Yeah. Anyway, okay, we're parental alienation. Okay. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. The courts found out. Okay, so no, so basically, the because of the lies and the manipulation from the grandparents, from the lady herself, from the friends, because the children are sitting nearby. The parents, you know, the yappe with their friends, with their families. Children are sitting over there or playing or pretending to watch TV. But they hear everything that the adults are talking. For some reason, when adults talk, I'm not picking my nose. My nose ring is driving me nuts, okay? I'm not picking my nose, okay? And when I do this, I'm playing with my earrings. I'm not picking my ears. So please, you know, I do have some manners. Anyway, so kids hear that, okay? So sometimes parents do that on purpose. And they speak loud so that the kids can hear these bullshit lies that are being spread. And because kids, you know, when adults talk nearby, they, you know, when you tell them please go do this or that, they don't hear you. But the minute you're talking about something, they hear everything. So yeah, a lot of lies were told to keep the daughter away from him, which is sad because, well, she would wake up late on weekends. You know, he would do a lot, take her to the beach and yeah. So anyway, this is over a 6-year period of time. The court finally, he went quite a few times to court because he wanted to see his daughter. He wanted visiting rights. The court sent a therapist to go and talk to her, and also, you know, appointed a lawyer for her. I mean, a child psychologist, lawyer / whatever, social worker, and because what she would do is when he would go and visit her. She would give him half an hour. So he would travel 1,000 kilometers to go to Cape Town to see her. And then she would say, okay, I'll see you, you know, at this restaurant. And but she would give him half an hour and that was it. I mean, the amount of money and time, you know, and they're looking forward to seeing his daughter. I've got beautiful pictures of him and her in the beginning when things were, you know, when she still was close to her father. Yeah, his other daughter came down. We told her, please, you know, fly via Cape Town to come and see your middle sister. Because my daughter was just born, so we wanted the 3 sisters together. So she, you know, changed the ticket to come via Cape Town. And all she got was, I think, about 45 minutes with her, the 3 of them together. After all that money and effort and that was anyway heartbroken. But okay, anyway. So yeah, now the daughter doesn't want anything to do with the father. He used to call her every Sunday and, ask her questions, tell her about himself. She would just say, yeah, okay, nothing. We did nothing. Just one answered on the phone call until he came to the point where he said to her, I love you to death, but if you really, hate me that much or don't want to talk to me, then I'm not going to call you anymore. And I'm going to leave it in your hands to call me. Now, the mother, of course, claims that she has nothing to do with it, but I can promise you the parent has everything to do with it. And that is a form of parental alienation. And what I do want to ask, that, when you have friends or family members, I know that family is supposed to be there for each other and friends. But you know what? When people do wrong, when you hear of things like this, like the father's a deadbeat or the mother, don't be so quick to believe it just because it's a friend or a family member or even through the grapevine, because that's even worse. It's like that game Broken Telephone. Don't be quick to believe that shit, okay? Find out for yourself and think about the child. Tell that parent that what they're doing to the child is abuse. It is abuse. Everyone has a right to a second parent, to both parents. My father was shot to death when I was 12 years old, and I can tell you, to go through life without a father is not fun. You miss a hell of a lot, and I think as a daughter to have a father is very, very important. So let alone for a son. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, sorry, I just so. Please go for therapy if you are one of those parents, because you need it yourself. You have some psychological messed up issues if you can do that to your own child. Do not claim to love your child, but yet you're abusing them like this, because that's what it is. That is what it is, by alienating them from their parent. I'm not talking about maintenance here, okay? That's a different issue. Do not always connect parental alienation with maintenance, because that bullshit, no. Because many of these fathers are doing what's right. They are doing what's right, but the mother's full of shit, okay? That's what's happening. Or the mom's doing what's right, and the father's full of shit. It's wrong. And it's sick. And it's really time that lawyers start doing your jobs. It's time that the government start paying attention to this, because that's why society is so fucked up, because of shit like this. I'm telling you, that's why you have psycho kids going to high schools and shooting kids, and because they're messed up. They're messed up. Just suck up your shit and do it for your kid. Prove your kid you love them, because that shows your kid I love you. I have issues with your father, but I'm gonna let you be with him, have your fair time with him, because I love you. By not allowing that, do not claim to love your child. If you have a family member or a friend who's doing that, stop them. Stop them. Do not believe everything you are told. That's why bloody presidents and politicians are getting away with what they're doing, because they're families. I mean, imagine if all these corrupt government officials or presidents, if their family said to them, what the hell are you doing? You're embarrassing us. You're bringing our whole family to shame. Stop what you're doing. Maybe things would change. But because they're supporting that parent, it's like, we're going to, because they're getting that financial benefits or whatever, it never ends, does it? No, it doesn't. Anyway. So, yeah. Go and get psychological help. Yeah. But I want to say one more thing. You may not believe in it. I have a big fear of God. If you're an atheist, well, I'm not going there. But I promise you, you may be okay now. You may think, oh no, everything's fine, and my child's happy, it's fine, she's not. You don't know what your child is feeling here or here. You have no bloody clue. And when your child gets messed up, you're to blame, not the other parent and not the child. You. And there's this thing called karma, it's going to come and bite your ass. It will come and bite your ass. It bites everyone's ass. If I do wrong, it'll bite my ass. If you do wrong, it's going to come and bite your ass. Okay? It's called karma. And if it's not karma, it's definitely God himself. So even if you don't get your ass kicked in this life, I promise you in the next life, you're going to get a good ass whipping. And deservedly so. You are, excuse my language, fucking up your child. Fucking up your child. And last thing, before I stop, sorry, I'm getting passionate again. Last thing, if you are one of those children who were not allowed to see your parent, or you were told so many negative things about the other parent, if you're old enough now, over 18, nothing stops you from going and finding that parent, sitting them down, even go to a public place if you're scared of emotional breakout, and speak to them. And don't just go once, try at least twice. Talk to them. Ask them questions. Find out their side of the story. Find out their side. Even if they've been quiet for years, doesn't mean they've stopped loving you. But sometimes they had to break loose, because otherwise they kill themselves. They go crazy. You know how many fathers have committed suicide because they can't get their kids? I mean, isn't it? Don't we go to work? Don't we? Isn't what we do every day for our kids? Now I'm talking for people with kids, okay? Single people who don't want kids, you know, I'll deal with you another time. But is that not why we go to work? Huh? For our kids. Voila. Bloody hat. Anyway. Whew. Yeah, so do yourself a bloody favor and go and talk to that parent. Okay? It's narcissistic women and men who dare to manipulate their kids like that. Narcissists. But when you reach the age of 18, you're an adult, you've got your own kids, do yourself a damn favor, because you don't know what you are missing out. You don't know. So why do we always wait till it's too late? Go and find out. Please. You might be doing yourself a favor. And if it doesn't work out, or if the parent turns out to be whatever, a mess, nothing makes you do it again. But go once before you drop dead. Anyway. You know, as a parent, you do as much as you can, when you can, how you can. But there comes a point where you can't do anymore. And these parents who have eventually over time become very quiet, it's because for their own sanity, okay? It's either I have to walk away now and be with my new family, or create a new family, you know, that will love me, or it's kill myself. Really. Eventually you have to choose, because you know, it causes a lot of friction also in the new family, and it's not fair. I had a big fight with my husband's ex, because we were in the restaurant, and she was starting to come with lies and bullshit to me and the older daughter, and I just stripped my mood. You think I'm in a bad mood now? I'm not in a bad mood. This is just passionate. But yeah. I said to her, what you're doing to this child is killing her. The father loves her. How can you do this? And I could have a perfectly fine relationship with her. I have a perfectly fine relationship with my ex's girlfriend. I mean, I love her to death. I said to my ex, I couldn't pick a better stepmother for my son. She has a heart of gold. She has a smile. I mean, her kids have some difficulties themselves. You know what an angel you have to be with kids like to raise children like that. No, I love her. I love her to death, and you know, I couldn't pick a better mom for my son, really. So yeah, if my husband's ex just fixes her shit, we could have a fun relationship. But of course, you know, me being the new wife, I don't know. God knows what has been told. Bad mother or whatever. But yeah. Anyway, my husband now is 21 years older than me. No, he's not rich. No, I'm not a gold digger. No, whatever the hell you want to think. In the beginning, when we used to go to a restaurant or somewhere, you could see the older woman looking at us like, you know, and I thought, you know, we just, what attracted us to each other is our love for the same thing. We love adventure. We love road trips. We love mountains. We love nature. We love farms. We love food. We love family. You know, we both like to be at home. We love the simple things, and that's what attracted us to each other. And it has nothing to do with age. You know, when you fall in love with someone, my first husband was 9 years older than me, and this one is 21, and we have a beautiful marriage. Of course, we fight like cats and dogs, and it's rah. I mean, the poor bugger has to deal with my shit. Although he was warned before he married me that but you know, he still went for it. As I said, we almost got separated. But even though in that year that we were separated, we saw each other almost every day. We ate dinner together with the kids. I said to him, you know, he saw his daughter when he wanted. I didn't dare play that sick game. You don't fuck around with your children. You don't fuck around with your children. Life is hard enough as it is, and you want those kids to grow up as mentally stable as possible, not unstable. Anyway, 25 minutes. Oh my, I didn't think it was going to become that long. Sorry. Again, apologize for the language. I apologize for the passion. I can't help it. I hope I didn't leave any points out. I thought, shit, let me write it down because, you know, I forget. Please, women, don't think that I'm against women, because I'm not. I'm all for abuse against women, but I'm also against abuse against men. Okay? Verbal, emotional. This shit has to stop. Okay? There's enough cuck in the world. This shit needs to stop. Please, if you know of a friend or you have a family member who's doing it, stop them. Think about that child. Please. Please. Imagine it was done to you. Imagine. And if you're a lawyer, get off your ass and start supporting fathers out there. And there's a lot of fathers who can't afford to pay your bloody taxes because you're too damn expensive, which is another issue. Doctors and lawyers, I'm going to hit on you too. Are you doing it because you for the love or for the money? Huh? Anyway. So if you have a heart of gold, go and find a father who desperately needs to see his child and go do it pro bono if you can. We have to work together to end this shit, no? Yes. Okay, so yeah. So that's my parental alienation speech. My parental alienation speech. Right? Okay. Anyone go and look up Udemy, the courses? It's $100. As South Africans, it's $100 until Black Friday. This Friday, I think. It's $100 per course. Now these are bloody good courses, and you can do them whenever you want. The information you download is a lifetime worth, and you can take as long as you want. $100 bloody bucks. It's either $100 or 1,800 after Black Friday. So, you know, go and if you can, even if it's one course, do it. You'll feel good. I did it. I haven't had the chance to start. You can see, you know, but I did it, and I'm going to study it. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go and get me some jobs where I can kick some ass legally, because I'm starting to get hurtful. Woo! The topics I want to discuss. Woo! Exciting. I could talk now, but shit, 30 minutes. Wow. I'm so sorry. Really sorry. Yeah. Okay. I really seriously think I'm gonna shut up now. Okay. Love you guys. I think you've heard enough. Oh, look at the... Oh, God. Okay, here come the kids. I have to go. Love you guys. I don't think I'll give another video today. It's probably tomorrow. With more passion, okay? More passion. And this is me on my pills. Imagine when I don't take my pills. Okay, wait. Sapcon. Wacht even. Okay. Love you guys. Bye.